The last scene that took 20 hours to film. Zhang Linghe Tian Xiwei. If you love emotional C-drama stories filled with cinematic beauty and inspiring journeys, subscribe to CDramaHub because every story begins with imagination and every ending leaves behind another unforgettable memory. The city still slept beneath the quiet darkness when the first production vehicles arrived outside one of the largest film studios ever constructed. The morning air felt cool and peaceful. Months of planning had all led to one final scene. The director slowly walked across the beautifully constructed set carrying the final pages of the screenplay. He paused in the center of the magnificent location and quietly looked around. An ancient riverside town had been recreated with extraordinary detail. Stone bridges crossed crystal-clear water. Thousands of colorful lanterns hung above narrow streets. Cherry blossoms surrounded elegant wooden houses. Every window reflected the gentle glow of morning light. The entire place looked like a forgotten dream waiting to awaken. Soon the fictional characters portrayed by Zhang Linghe Tian Xiwei arrived at the set. They greeted every member of the crew before quietly reviewing the final pages together. The director gathered everyone for one last meeting. He explained that the final scene would not depend upon spectacular action or dramatic surprises. Instead, it would rely upon honesty. Every glance, every quiet smile, every pause between words, every gentle movement would carry the emotional weight of the entire fictional journey. The cameras slowly took their positions. The music department prepared the final orchestral melody. The lighting artists patiently recreated the soft colors of sunrise. Everything was ready. The first take began. The fictional characters slowly walked across the ancient bridge while morning mist drifted above the peaceful river. The conversation felt natural. The emotions felt sincere. When the director quietly called cut, the entire crew applauded. Yet he remained thoughtful. The scene was beautiful, but he believed something even more extraordinary was still waiting to be discovered. Another rehearsal began. Then another. Then another. The writers adjusted only a few sentences. The camera operators searched for a more graceful movement. The music composer rewrote several notes. The costume designers carefully refined the smallest details. Hour after hour, the fictional scene slowly transformed into something even more remarkable. By midday, the brilliant sunlight had replaced the gentle morning colors. The production paused briefly before preparing the evening version of the same sequence. The fictional characters rehearsed again beneath glowing lanterns as the golden sunset painted the sky above the river. The emotional atmosphere became even stronger. Still, the director quietly smiled and asked for one more attempt. Nobody complained. Every member of the crew believed they were creating something extraordinary. As night arrived, thousands of lanterns illuminated the riverside town. The water reflected warm golden light. Gentle music echoed through the peaceful streets. The fictional characters stood together upon the ancient bridge. Neither rushed to speak. The silence itself carried unforgettable emotion. The cameras continued recording. When the scene ended, the director remained completely still. He lowered his script. Then he quietly whispered that one final sunrise remained. The crew worked through the night with remarkable determination. Editors reviewed footage. Lighting artists prepared another breathtaking dawn. The actors rested only briefly before returning to the bridge. Almost 20 hours had passed since the first rehearsal. The eastern skies slowly began glowing once again. Birds welcomed the new morning. Soft mist floated above the quiet river. The director raised his hand. The cameras rolled for one final take. The fictional characters walked slowly toward one another. There were no grand speeches, no dramatic gestures, only quiet gratitude for every challenge they had overcome together. One character gently placed a beautifully bound journal into the hands of the other. Inside were memories collected throughout their extraordinary journey. Every page celebrated hope. Every page celebrated courage. Every page celebrated believing in tomorrow. The morning sun finally rose above the mountains. Golden light surrounded the bridge. The fictional characters smiled peacefully. The director quietly lowered his headset. For several long moments, nobody spoke. Then a smile slowly appeared across his face. He softly whispered one simple word. Perfect. The entire crew erupted into thunderous applause. Writers embraced one another. Camera operators celebrated. The music composer quietly smiled while listening to the final melody echo across the peaceful set. Everyone understood they had just completed the most unforgettable scene of the fictional movie. Months later, the fictional film premiered before audiences around the world. When the final bridge sequence appeared upon the giant screen, the theater became completely silent. No one looked away. No one reached for refreshments. Every viewer remained completely captivated until the final frame slowly faded into darkness. Then the audience rose together for an unforgettable standing ovation. Film critics praised the emotional storytelling. Young filmmakers admired the extraordinary patience behind every frame. Many wondered how one simple farewell could feel so powerful. During the closing celebration, the director stepped onto the stage carrying the journal from the final scene. He slowly opened the last page. Written there in elegant handwriting appeared one unforgettable sentence. The greatest scenes are never measured by how long they take to film. They are remembered because every moment is filled with honesty, dedication, and hope. The audience applauded louder than ever before. The lights slowly faded. The giant screen revealed the ancient bridge one final time beneath another peaceful sunrise. The journal rested quietly upon the wooden railing. Its final page remained open, waiting for another dreamer to write the next unforgettable story. The screen slowly faded into darkness. One final message appeared. Every remarkable journey begins with courage. Every unforgettable scene is created through patience. And every timeless story lives forever because people refused to stop believing until it became extraordinary. The standing ovation inside the magnificent theater continued long after the final sunrise scene disappeared from the giant screen. Nobody stood up. Nobody hurried toward the exit. Every person remained completely still, as though they were hoping the story had one more beautiful chapter waiting to be revealed. The lights slowly returned. The director quietly walked back onto the stage carrying the beautifully bound journal that had become the symbol of the fictional journey. He gently placed it upon a polished wooden table beneath a warm golden spotlight. The audience became completely silent. For several peaceful moments, he simply admired the journal before opening it. Inside were hundreds of handwritten notes collected throughout the remarkable production. Some pages described difficult rehearsals before sunrise. Others celebrated quiet victories after long days of filming. Many simply reminded the entire crew to trust the story and remain patient. Behind the director, the giant screen slowly came to life. Never before seen footage from the fictional production appeared before everyone. The first scenes showed the cast arriving while the stars still filled the sky. The peaceful riverside town remained completely quiet. Only the gentle sound of flowing water could be heard. Writers carefully reviewed every page of the screenplay. The music composer softly played the final melody while watching the first light appear beyond the mountains. The lighting artists patiently waited for the perfect golden sunrise that lasted only a few precious moments. Every department worked together with extraordinary dedication. The audience applauded warmly. The next sequence revealed breathtaking locations that never appeared in the finished movie. Ancient bamboo forests welcomed the cast with soft morning mist. Beautiful flower gardens surrounded peaceful stone pathways. Hidden temples overlooked endless valleys, painted with brilliant colors at sunrise. Every place inspired another unforgettable idea. The fictional journey became richer with every passing day. The camera operators explained that many of the most emotional moments were never planned. A gentle breeze moving through the lanterns. Birds singing as the morning sun appeared. A quiet smile shared between two fictional characters while waiting for the cameras to begin recording. Those unexpected moments became some of the most memorable scenes in the fictional movie. As filming reached the 20th hour, everyone gathered once more upon the ancient bridge. The entire set became completely silent. The fictional characters slowly walked toward the center of the bridge beneath thousands of glowing lanterns that were beginning to fade as another sunrise approached. Neither hurried. Neither spoke immediately. The peaceful river reflected the first golden light of the new morning. One fictional character carefully placed the journal upon the wooden railing. The other gently opened its final page. Inside appeared one handwritten sentence. The greatest journeys are never remembered because they were easy. They are remembered because everyone refused to stop believing. The director quietly lowered his headset. No one moved. For several unforgettable moments, the entire production remained perfectly still. Then gentle applause slowly filled the peaceful riverside town. The sound grew louder until every member of the crew celebrated together. Months later, audiences around the world praised the fictional bridge scene as one of the most emotional endings ever imagined. Film students studied every frame. Young directors admired the patience behind every decision. Writers spoke about the remarkable simplicity of the ending. Many viewers said the final sunrise reminded them that every difficult journey eventually welcomes a new beginning. During the closing celebration, the director stepped onto the stage, carrying the journal one final time. He slowly turned to the last page. Written there in elegant handwriting appeared one unforgettable message. The most beautiful stories are created when talented people choose patience instead of perfection and heart instead of expectation. The audience slowly rose together for another standing ovation. The applause echoed throughout the magnificent theater. As the lights gently faded, the giant screen revealed the peaceful bridge once more beneath another golden sunrise. The journal rested quietly beside a brand new notebook that nobody had seen before. Across its cover appeared 4 handwritten words. "Another journey starts today." The director smiled quietly. He chose not to open it. Some adventures become even more unforgettable when tomorrow still holds another mystery waiting to be discovered. The camera slowly rose above the peaceful river. The music became softer. The screen gradually faded into darkness. One final message appeared. Every sunrise carries another dream. Every dream deserves another chance. And every unforgettable story continues because someone believes the next page can become even more beautiful than the last. To be continued.